Good morning, everybody. I'd just like to quickly show how to connect multiple Sunnew batteries in parallel to communicate with a Deye Inverter. Now at this stage I'm using the 5 kilowatt wall mount inverter. We have 3 different models, the wall mount, the rack mount, as well as a 10 kilowatt model. Do note, however, doesn't matter the model, all 3 models is actually the same setup. In this case I'm using 2 batteries in parallel. For the master battery I'm going to set dip number 5 in the on position, and then for the slave battery I'm going to set dip number 1 in the on position. I have the following chart to show you how to set up the dips from a single battery all the way up to 16 batteries. So for this case, this group of batteries, for 2 batteries in parallel, as mentioned, dip number 5 is in the on position, and then dip number 1 is in the on position. If you need more than that, let's go for argument's sake to the 11 in parallel. You have your different set of dips there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 batteries in parallel. Currently I do not have any communications cables connected. For this you do need to use standard networking cables with the standard networking layout. Okay, so on the master battery side you have CAN port, which is this one, and then you have RS485 ports, which is these 2. The CAN port we're going to use for the communication to the inverter, and then the RS485 is between batteries. From the master, use the middle port and run the cable to your slave batteries port to the right. Note, you need to repeat this process. From this battery you will run a cable from this to your 3rd battery in the same design, basically out to in, out to in. For the inverter we're going to connect the networking cable to the CAN port, and then from the CAN port we're going to come to the BMS CAN port, which is the middle one there. Okay, so we're set up and ready to go. For this case I'm only going to start up the 1 battery for now, just to prove and show something to you. Powering up the 1 battery, second one still off with the breaker in off position, and switching the inverter on. Okay. Currently it has 0% battery detection. There it goes, detected the battery at 42.4%, but it does not give you the lithium ion option. That's because we did not set the battery yet. Go to settings, battery settings, specify currently as no battery connected, select lithium, activate battery, and the tick mark. Just for argument's sake, going back to the settings were saved. Lithium, battery activated, that is good. Once that is done, if you go to the battery you have this lithium ion option, Li BMS. If you select that, note it tells you charge current limit is only 50 amps. Hence the reason we have only 1 battery currently in the on state. It's at the moment only reading this 1 battery, hence the reason for the low BMS. That is proof that 1 battery is currently communicating with the inverter. So let's switch the 2nd battery on. Once it's on, can actually see the charge current limit is already picking up, currently 64, 66, and it will keep on increasing to 100 because each module handles 50 amp of power. For 2 batteries in parallel, it can handle 100 amps. So in the case, let's say for argument's sake, you connect 3 batteries in parallel, it needs to show 150 amps. That is your indication that you have 2 batteries on 100 amps connected successfully in parallel and communicating with the inverter.